On April 1, 2026, global markets woke up to a severe repricing event. Brent crude oil violently broke past the $100 psychological threshold. Intraday trading saw prices peak at $119.50 per barrel, marking a severe shock to the global energy base. Market mechanics dictate a standard response to this kind of kinetic escalation. Approaching a global conflict, capital historically flees to gold as the ultimate safe haven. But this chart shows the exact opposite. The red line tracks Brent crude spiking, while gold breaks straight down through $4,500. By March's end, gold logged a 12% decline, a monthly loss unseen since the 2008 financial crisis. This gap between rising geopolitical tension and collapsing safe haven assets represents a structural fracture in market logic. The standard correlation is broken. That historical relationship dissolved on April 1st because the underlying nature of systemic risk has changed. The physical catalyst is the escalation of Operation Midnight Hammer. The Strait of Hormuz is closed, paralyzing the world's most critical maritime transit choke point. President Trump's primetime address confirmed the political reality. The United States will not allow the strait to reopen until its strategic objectives are met. In response, Iranian countermeasures expanded beyond localized military targets. They are directly targeting U.S. tech infrastructure, turning corporate boardrooms into active participants. The 2022 shock from the Russia-Ukraine conflict was driven by a political desire to pivot away from Russian energy. This is a hard physical scarcity event. The infrastructure required to move oil is under direct kinetic attack. This chart breaks down a barrel of Brent crude at $106. We see the pre-war baseline price at the bottom. Stacked on top is a specific $40 war premium, acting as a permanent structural floor, not a temporary spike. The market is no longer trying to price in a tail risk of supply disruption. It is pricing in the absolute reality of physical energy destruction. That $40 premium is immediately bleeding into the global supply chain, forcing a macroeconomic spillover. Core PCE inflation remains sticky at 3.06%, while the labor market flashes a recessionary warning with 92,000 job losses in February. Rising consumer prices colliding directly with contracting employment creates the exact conditions for Stagflation 2.0. This visualization of the yield curve shows bond traders reacting. The 10-year note yield retreats to 4.30% as growth expectations deteriorate. Mapping the Fed's 3.50 to 3.75% target across this curve makes their lack of maneuverability obvious. This compression directly threatens the $1 trillion basis trade, a highly leveraged arbitrage strategy utilized by major hedge funds that relies on predictable rate paths. The Fed cannot safely cut rates while stagflation drives up prices. Holding rates high forces a lethal liquidity test on those leveraged hedge fund positions. The bond market is effectively lying about the inflation path. Traders price in a systemic liquidity break that they know the Fed cannot safely accommodate. This brings us back to the core anomaly: why gold collapsed 12% despite escalating war. Oil holding above $100 causes rapid inflation. That inflation forces margin calls across institutional portfolios. When pressure reaches the breaking point, the market enters a state of forced liquidation. Portfolio managers are forced to sell liquid assets like gold. They do not sell because they want to. They sell because they urgently need cash to cover bleeding equity and credit positions. Normally, global central banks step in as structural buyers of last resort to absorb selling pressure and maintain the floor. But central bank gold buying collapsed by 81% in January 2026. The market was left completely without a buyer. The safe haven bid is dead. In a highly leveraged financial system, the immediate demand for liquidity will always override geopolitical fear. While gold suffers from forced liquidation, the most extreme anomaly in the commodity complex is the structural credit crisis occurring in silver. To understand this, look at the paper-to-physical ratio. This measures notional derivative contracts traded versus the actual ounces of metal sitting securely in vaults. This graphic illustrates the imbalance paralyzing the silver market: 356 paper contracts for every single physical ounce available. This extreme leverage causes a massive price fracture. Physical silver in Shanghai trades near $130, while paper COMEX silver quotes at $110. Traders cannot buy cheap COMEX silver and sell it in Shanghai to close the gap. Strict Chinese export controls trap physical supply within Asia. Institutional investors recognize the trap. They initiated a physical run on the COMEX, demanding and withdrawing 33.45 million ounces of silver in a single week. That single week wiped out 26% of the total registered COMEX inventory. Western markets frantically trade paper futures, completely disconnected from the actual scarcity of the metal. The COMEX is standing on the brink of a systemic failure to deliver. Paper derivatives have lost their price-setting authority to physical reality. We can verify this collapse in institutional risk appetite by examining the digital capital layer. Bitcoin's market structure serves as a pure forensic gauge for systemic sentiment. Bitcoin's chart recently printed 5 consecutive red monthly candles. We have not seen a bearish sequence like this since the 2018 to 2019 collapse. This chart tracks Bitcoin's open interest against the market's funding rate. Open interest increased to $47.78 billion during a relief rally attempt, but the funding rate plunged below zero, meaning traders are actively paying a premium just to maintain short positions. At the same time, the spot ETF engine is stalling. The mechanism that drove $70 billion in structural inflows shifted to net outflows at the end of the first quarter. A negative funding rate during an attempted rally exposes a total lack of institutional conviction. Smart money is heavily betting against any systemic recovery. When we synthesize the kinetic risk, the fiat plumbing, and the commodity fractures, the macro picture becomes clear. We are operating under a triple threat regime: energy-driven stagflation, impending repo market liquidity vacuums, and the failure of physical commodity delivery. The apex risk is a cascading failure to deliver event on the COMEX. This would force a sudden, global repricing of all real-world assets into non-USD benchmarks. Smart money is already responding. Institutions are aggressively abandoning directional equity and stepping away from paper derivatives. Capital is rotating into hard utility. They are buying high-purity physical silver in Asian hubs, securing U.S. LNG export credit, and holding short-duration treasury notes. In a reality defined by kinetic warfare and structural scarcity, the paper game has collapsed. Capital only trusts physical delivery.